Next, we have a plug-and-play trend report on mobility and electrification with the title, Bridging the Gap, Overcoming Barriers to Full Adoption to Electronic Vehicles. And it's only right for all of my colleagues and everybody that we know, we put the energy out, to receive on stage the Venture Associate for Plug and Play, Roberto Sampietro, right? Give him a big round of applause as well. There we go. There we go.
No, thank you, everybody. Let's say I have the big challenge to quickly go through an overview of the electrification, so an electric vehicle, like trend presentation in 5 minutes. So we go directly straight to the point. Like in 2023, globally, we saw around 40 million electric vehicles. 60 of them were sold in China, 25% of them in Europe, 10% in the US. And this is a market that, despite the growing interest of OEM, tier supplier, and many different players in the value chain, we still miss something. So we are not there yet. Like in this presentation, we try to kind of assess the reason why we don't see electric vehicle anywhere in the world right now. Obviously, our first driver is the fact that the vehicle costs usually more because they are more costly to produce. Usually, most of the statistics demonstrate that the electric vehicle can be 1.6% times more expensive than traditional petrol car. And this, even though like they might have a lower total cost of ownership, like this is a big obstacle to the purchase from the customer. A second driver might be the limited charging infrastructure. Just considering that, like in Europe today, we don't have so many charging stations, and the goal of the European Union is that of installing about 3.5 million new charging stations by 2030. This is like requires a massive investment for both public and private, but it's not just about public charging station. We still need the infrastructure to be in the private property. We need homeowners to install charging station and be able actually to charge their electric vehicle at home. So there is a huge funding and huge spending by the European Union in this regard, and that is still something that we are missing today. And it kind of connects to the next driver, or the next reason why electric vehicles are not there yet. That is like the range anxiety. Like, we know that Mercedes worked with Ventus, in example, to develop an electric vehicle that can cover 1,000 kilometers with a single charge. That is something ambitious, and we really hope like that kind of kilometers range will be the standard in the future. But right now, traditional electric vehicle can cover between 100 and 700 kilometers with a single charge. That is not a big problem, because like if you consider that the average distance covered by electric vehicle user is around 30 kilometers daily in Europe and about double in the US, then with a single charge, we will definitely be able to cover that distance alone. So the range anxiety driver, despite physically present, is not potentially like a big threat to that. And the final reason why electric vehicles are not here today as a mass product is basically the customer awareness. There's still a lot to learn and a lot of uncertainty between like people that to understand what is an electric vehicle, which has the safety, the benefits, and everything connected to that. When it comes to OEM, tier supplier, we have many here in the audience today. Gigafactory is definitely a big topic and a challenge. We consider incorporating battery manufacturing within the assembly of vehicle, the assembly plants. And in Europe, actually, we are moving in that direction. In the future years, we will see 20 gigafactories in the European Union. We already have like a Tesla gigafactory ongoing in Germany. And we know that Northvolt recently received 1 billion funding from the European Union to build another gigafactory. So we are going in that direction. The United States, in this case, are more advanced. There are about 88 billion spending from private and public institutions to create a new gigafactory and actually implementing both manufacturing of electric vehicle and the battery pack within the same industry plant. When it comes to the reason, how we can boost the adoption of electric vehicle, obviously we can ask an intervention from the state, an extension of the infrastructure, but most importantly, we want the tech to advance by see collaboration between OEM and tier suppliers. So this is where Plug and Play, Tech Center, Startup Autobahn comes into play, because this is where we believe we can bring actually value in connecting startup and corporations. And for you to know, like, we mapped out the market and actually cover all the topic that most of the battery-related startups are working on. A couple of them are also here at Expo. I invite you to meet with How About Energy, working on an AI chemical simulation tool, but also sign up for the battery health estimation. So that's all from my side. Really hope we can have the chance to catch up later. Thank you very much.